really cool. And we have to think about it too, that this isn't quite a farewell.
Right.
This is really a celebration
Absolutely.
too of everything that has happened at Aloha Stadium, what it's meant to the people of Hawaii. It has some of the best football players in UH's history. Said before, it's had graduations, concerts, even baseball too, like you were bringing up. Other events that all have special meanings in many people's hearts. It's such an iconic thing, and let's just learn more about the history.
We're thrilled to be celebrating a facility that has served as the gathering place for Hawaii for 47 years. We're also excited to be pivoting toward the future, one we believe will be brighter, but also sad because this facility holds a lot of emotions and a lot of experiences that are near and dear to people's hearts and minds. It's hosted the greatest talent that this world has produced. If you think about that from a football standpoint, it's hosted everything from Pop Warner kids up to the greatest football players that exist. For baseball, it's hosted professional baseball, both minor league as well as major league baseball, professional rugby, professional soccer. The great Pele played in the stadium. And then obviously it's done a broader kind of events like monster truck, supercross. And then as you walk through the halls, you're going to see dozens and dozens of Grammy Award-winning performers that played here. So it's definitely served its mission in providing great entertainment to the state. I would guess that most people on Oahu and many on the neighbor islands have been here as part of an event, not as a fan. They've actually participated, whether as a player, perhaps as a performer at a halftime show, maybe at a band event, or just walking across the field to get their diploma from their high school graduation. And so because of that, this facility is near and dear to people, and that's really why we are opening the doors once again to let people come in, get a chance to reminisce and relive some of those experiences, and more importantly, to say goodbye as we pivot to the future.
All right, we keep talking about history. Let's take a deeper dive into the history of this stadium, Davis. So it opened back in September 12th, of 1975. Both of us, we weren't around back then.
We weren't even
But, back in 75, the following day, the UH football faced off against Texas A&I, which later became Texas A&M.
Okay.
And listen to this. On November 23rd, 2007, the stadium almost reached maximum capacity with 49,651 fans.
I can't even imagine what that must have looked like.
That was insane. That's the peak. 07, that's the peak of UH football. That's the Colt Brennan season. November, that's late November. That's crazy. That was close to, right before the Sugar Bowl, everything. So you can imagine how rickety and how shaky that stadium must have been. That was for the UH game against Boise State. Now, Colt Brennan was on fire that game. We keep talking about the history.
You have to.
Let's go down the stats. I know this is your part of the show, but let me take the driver's seat, Davis.
Stat guy, that's my job.
Let me take over for a second. Here we go. Colt Brennan, number 15, the rocket arm, the gunslinger, throwing for 495 yards, 5 touchdowns. That game clinched Hawaii's WAC title. That was crazy. It was a crazy season.
Those are crazy stats.
And just, 5 touchdowns, nearly 500 yards in a single game. He went off.
That's unheard of.
The kids nowadays say, he's him. He is him.
No, 100%. I mean, Colt Brennan, obviously, one of the best to ever play at Aloha Stadium.
Absolutely. He made that place kind of, it was already built, but the saying goes, it's the house that Colt built, especially for that UH program, right? So he made it a must-go destination every Saturday night whenever they were at home.
Yeah, no, that was it. It was crazy. I can't even imagine what it was like to go to those 07 games when Colt was around. I mean, obviously, that's why the stadium was almost at max capacity.
Absolutely.
People want to watch Colt. People want to watch that team.
Exactly. Those are the moments that, created those lasting memories for fans and, just what really connects us to that stadium. For me, it was one of those things that, shoot, I want to play there. And, for a long time, that's where the high school state football championships were. So those kind of games and those memories really just solidified it in you. Hey, this is a place I want to play at one day.
Yeah, Kyle, we keep talking about, all these famous players.
Right.
And, the Aloha Stadium has had a lot of famous players in
Absolutely.
it. But one thing that I was surprised by, Pele.
I know, dude. When I learned
so
about
random.
it's
Like, what?
really random. It was so crazy to on the unfortunate passing of Pele. What was it, beginning of this year, sometime late last year, he passed away, and we were learning about, we were like, did he come here? Did he play here? He actually did. In the second year of the stadium's existence, April 7th, 1976, Pele, as a part of the American Soccer League team, the New York Cosmos, played a exhibition match in Aloha Stadium. There were about 21,000 fans in attendance to watch them take on Japan. I'll pause for the final score.
Okay.
They won 5-0.
Wow.
Guess how many goals Pele scored at Aloha Stadium?
Let me guess. All 5.
4.
4 of them.
Close, but he was 4 out of the 5. 4 out of the 5
I'm not
goals.
surprised.
That's so crazy of a stat to just kind of talk about and wrap your head around, that, this place has housed one of the world's greatest soccer players in history.
Yeah.
And, you don't think about that until you realize, like, hey, this is a place that, has housed so many things. You talk about great athletes, the Pro Bowl back, I think, for all those years, Tom Brady was here, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, back when he was with the Seahawks, when he was Russell Wilson, not let's ride Russell Wilson, like all these great players have made their way through and touched that grass, touched that turf. And it's just crazy to think, just the history that this place does house. Yeah. And which I think is why a lot of people have kind of, attach themselves, and it's kind of hard for them to say goodbye.
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, it's held every single major sporting event then.
Absolutely.
I mean, you think about soccer, football, baseball.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of crazy that one stadium could do all of that.
The Hawaii Islanders played baseball there, and I believe, UH played their baseball team over there as well. So it's just, it's seen it all. It really has seen it all.